Stop me if you've seen this movie before. A guy meets a girl. He thinks she's the one. Suddenly, he's texting her at 2 a.m., liking every photo from 2019, and rearranging his gym schedule just in case she wants to grab tacos on a Tuesday. He's investing. He's putting in the work. And yet, he's the one getting ghosted. Now look at the other guy. He doesn't text back for 6 hours. Not because he's playing a game, but because he's actually under a 315-pound barbell or closing a deal. He isn't invested in the outcome of the date. He's invested in the outcome of his legacy. In the high-stakes market of modern dating, the man who cares the least holds all the power. It's important to note that I'm not talking about being a lazy loser with no job, side hustle, or business. I'm talking about purpose, a man whose life doesn't orbit dating. And so today, I'll break down the brutal psychological reasons why the least invested man in dating dominates above the rest. The law of scarcity. Here's a fact. In economics, the law of scarcity states that as a resource becomes harder to find, its value increases. Modern dating is a marketplace, and most men are flooding that market with cheap currency. When you overinvest, you are telling her, "My time is worth nothing. My attention is free. I have zero other options." You become a commodity, and commodities are replaceable. The least invested man is a rarity. Why? Because his attention is an expensive asset. This is what people usually mean when they talk about a Sigma male. He has an internal compass that points toward his mission, not toward her DMs. When a man isn't desperate for a woman's yes, it signals to her brain that he must be getting yes from somewhere else. It's like a Rolex. A Rolex doesn't send you emails begging you to buy it. It just sits there, being a Rolex, and lets the world fight over it. Be the Rolex, not the 50% off coupon at the local mall. Unassailable frame versus emotional chaos. Here's another fact for you. The person who is the most emotionally reactive in a room is the one who is being controlled. Women are masters of testing. They want to see if your frame is a fortress or a house of cards. They'll pull away, they'll be late, they'll bring up an X just to see if you crack. The overinvested man cracks. He asks, "What's wrong? Did I do something? Are we okay?" He just handed her the remote control to his happiness. The least invested man. He doesn't even notice the test. He has radical detachment. If she's cold, he simply returns to his work. If she's late, he leaves and goes to the gym. He doesn't react because his life is already formidable. By not being invested in her drama, he becomes the anchor. And in a storm, everyone wants to be tied to the anchor. The walking away threshold. Take this as an example. Think of a high-end car dealership. If you're willing to walk off the lot, the salesperson suddenly finds a way to give you the best deal. If you stay and beg, the price goes up. The ultimate power in modern dating is the ability to walk away and mean it. Most men are holding on for dear life. They tolerate disrespect. They tolerate breaks. They tolerate being the second choice. Why? Because they are too invested in the idea of her. The Sigma man is more invested in his honor than his hormones. He has a walking away threshold. The second his boundaries are crossed, he exits. No shouting match. No "we need to talk for 3 hours." Just a clean, silent withdrawal of his presence. This makes him dangerous. When a woman knows you are prepared to live a great life without her, she will work 10 times harder to make sure you never have to. The vacuum effect. Humans are hardwired to chase what moves away from them. It's basic biology. When you overinvest, you are pushing. You are filling every gap with your energy. You leave her no room to wonder about you, no room to miss you, and no room to invest in you. The least invested man creates a vacuum. By focusing on his work and purpose, he leaves a gap. She starts thinking, "Why isn't he checking on me? What is he doing? Is he with someone else? Is his work really that important?" Suddenly, she is the one checking his stories. She is the one initiating the texts. She is the one trying to win his validation. He controls the game because he stopped playing and started building. As I conclude, let's be clear. This isn't about being mean. It's about being effective. You don't hate your life. You hate the version of you that begs for attention. You cannot lead a woman, a family, or an empire if you are a slave to your own desperation. Become the man who is so invested in his legacy that he has no energy left for games. When you reach that level, you don't have to try to control dating. You'll run the show by default. Now, if you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. I'll see you in the next one.